On a manual transmission. Okay, first is my seat belt, securely mounted, not worn, torn, or frayed, latches properly, unlatches properly, and adjusted to me. My mirrors are clean and adjusted to me. My windshield is securely mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It's clean, clear. There's no illegal stickers and no obstructions. Now I'm going to do my ABS and regen light. I'm going to turn the key on. My ABS light is on the dash, ABS light is on the trailer, and my regen light went on and off. Now I'm going to do a safe start. Truck's in neutral, push in the clutch. You leave the clutch in until your oil gauge rises and stops. Then let your clutch out slowly. Okay, that's my safe start. Now I'm going to do my gauges. My voltmeter gauge. I'm at 14 volts. Shows the alternator is charging and the warning light is off and it's working properly. My oil gauge is working. Building to the normal operating, rising to the normal operating range. My water gauge is working properly, rising to normal. Okay? My fuel gauge is working properly. I have at least 1/8 tank full. My depth gauge is working properly. I have at least 1/8 tank full. My air gauge is working properly. I'm waiting on my first governor cutout between 120 and 140 psi. Now, when you're done with your gauges, push in your red knob. Okay? You tell the examiner I'm pushing in my red knob to air up the airbags on the trailer. Okay? And I'm going to continue this way. We're doing a sweep. My four-way flashers, point at them, they're working properly. Turn them off. Turn on your lights. My low beams are working properly. I can tell because my dash went dim. Okay? The stick over here, pull it straight up. My high beams are working properly. Turn them off. Turn off your lights. Come around to your heater and defroster. This is both right here. Defroster's working properly. My heater's working properly. Turn it off. Sweep this way. My electrical horn is working. My air horn is working. Come over here to the stick. My left turn signal is working. My right turn signal is working. My windshield wipers are working properly. They're securely mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. My blades are not worn, torn, or frayed. You push in this outer piece, this whole piece, you push it in. My windshield washing fluid is working properly and I have good pressure to the window. Okay, and you turn them off. So that's the in-cab. Now we're doing our 3-step brake test. Our first brake test is the applied pressure brake test. There was my first governor cutout between 120 and 140 psi. So now I'm going to do my applied pressure brake test. I'm going to turn the truck off, turn it on. I should not lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute. So I'm going to push in the clutch, put it in first gear, simulate chalking the wheels. Okay? Leave the clutch in, turn the key off, keep your hand on the key. Let the clutch out, turn the key on, and push in your yellow button. Let everything settle. Then you would get your watch ready or your timer on your phone, whatever you're using. Push the brake pedal to the floor. Let the gauge settle. I'm at 100 psi. I should not lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute, starting now. And you just sit here for a minute. If you don't push in that red knob and fill up them airbags, you're going to lose 30 psi and fail. So when you're done with those gauges, push in that red knob and just tell the examiner I'm loading up the airbags in my trailer. They already know about it. Already had a meeting with all of them. Okay? And you just hold it in. And it feels like this part of your leg is coming out of your... There's a lot, so that brake pedal is trying to come back. Right? And they're at, you know, whether you test here or there, they're going to be standing right behind you, looking at your gauge. Right? But look, it hasn't moved. And you always use the orange, not the green. Okay? Only 5 seconds. Okay, so before you let your foot off the brake, I'm still at 100 PSI, test passed. Let your foot off. Okay? Now we're going to do the low air warning buzzer test. I'm going to fan my brakes, and my light and or buzzer should come on before 55 PSI. Do it slowly. Down, up. It should take like 4 times. There's 2, 3, 4. Okay? So my low air warning light came on. I'm at 55 PSI, test passed. Now I'm going to do my emergency pop-out test. My buttons will pop out between 20 and 45 PSI. This one you can do a little faster. Just watch your buttons. Okay, my buttons popped out. I'm at 25 PSI, test passed. So now I'm going to do a second safe start. So remember, your buttons are out, your brakes are set. Don't hit the brakes, don't hit the fuel pedal, don't hit anything. So we're going to do a second safe start. Clutch in, neutral, right? Start the truck. Remember, let the oil gauge rise. And then let your clutch out slowly. Now, you're going to ask the examiner, is it okay if I build up my throttle to get my second governor cutout? They'll say yes. So you want to take your tach up to 1200 and hold it there. You're just going to hold it there until we hear our now. I'm waiting on my second governor cutout between 120 and 140 PSI. About a minute and a half to get your second cutout because you're down to nothing, right? Okay, there's my second governor cutout. Now I'm going to do a tug test. So I'm going to check my brakes to make sure that my brakes hold. So I'm going to push in the clutch. I'm going to push in the red knob, put it in first gear, and then just wait for it to grab and then let off of it. And push the clutch back in. Okay? So brakes held. Going to pull out the red, push in the yellow. Now we're checking our trailer brakes. Whatever you push in, you're checking the opposite. Let it grab. Brakes held. Push in both knobs. Put it in second gear. put your hands on top of the wheel. We're going to do our roll test. You're going to go 5 miles an hour, and then before you step on the brake, you're going to lift your hands. Okay, so we're going to go 5 miles an hour. Lift up your hands, clutch in and brake. Truck didn't go to the left, didn't go to the right, test passed. Put it back in reverse. You're going to back underneath the canopy again. Parking brake. That's it. How long did it take?
10, 11 minutes.
11 minutes?